It's no secret that AI is the name of the game. People are making AI recipes, recording AI songs, but what about AI-generated guitar tone? Or is that just something that only a musician with a fine-tuned ear can accomplish? Let's dive in and find out. First up, we're going to be using the Quad Cortex, a powerful amp modeler and multi-effects unit. It has an enormous library of amps and effects to choose from, which is really great for sound design, and even better for ChatGPT to sort through all these sounds to tell us exactly what we need for the tones we're after. Or at least that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. I'm going to utilize ChatGPT in 3 different ways. First, I'm going to take AI head on in an ambient tone face-off to the death. Then I'm gonna try it out on a specific genre of music, and then we're gonna take it another level down and see if it can get us the tone to a specific song. First up, ambient tone face-off. I really enjoy the ambient Coldplay style guitar thing, and I spent a lot of time in the Quad Cortex dialing in some pretty sweet ethereal tones. I think my tones are pretty top shelf, which is why I prompted ChatGPT to come up with its own Coldplay style guitar tone. And what it came up with, at least on paper, seems pretty good. AI said we should use a Fender Twin reverb with a matching cab, an EQ block to boost the treble 2 to 3 decibels, and set the mid-range to add clarity and sparkle. Then add analog chorus with depth at 25 to 30% and rate at 15 to 20%. Then a phaser with speed at 10 to 15% and depth at 20 to 30%. Next we have a digital delay. Delay time of 300 to 400 milliseconds. This is where AI lost me a little bit. Coldplay delay times are definitely gonna be beat synced and longer, but we're gonna try it out and see if maybe AI knows something we don't. Finally, apply a lush reverb to enhance the ambient character. So I picked the modulated reverb. We have the mix level set between 40 to 50% and a decay time of 1.5 to 2 seconds. Now that it's all dialed in, let's put them to the test. If I'm being honest, I thought I was gonna win by a landslide, but this AI tone is really good. Dare I say, even better than mine in certain contexts. My sound is more complex, it features stereo amps, stacked reverbs, isolated effects, the whole 9 yards, and yet this simple chain ChatGPT came up with sounds really, really good. The fact that it sounds as good as it does is very nuts and a little bit terrifying. Let's be real, this AI generated guitar tone is better than the majority of what I've heard people come up with on the internet. And it also happens to be really close in tone to Adventure of a Lifetime. Now let's try it again, but with a rock tone. I asked ChatGPT, can you dial in a cool modern rock tone on the Quad Cortex? And this is what it came up with. First up, we have a British amp with a matching cab, with a dynamic mic placed off center. It's a nice detail. We have boosted treble and scooped mids, then an overdrive with matching level and desired distortion after the amp. Wait. Distortion after the amp? This is gonna sound terrible, but maybe AI knows something. It could be secret sauce. Then we have a light chorus, light reverb, and that's our sound. Those results were not nearly as magical, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it has to do with the overdrive after the amp. So why don't we go ahead and throw the overdrive in front of the amp, like where it's supposed to be, and see how this tone actually sounds. Now that's much better. And like AI said,
these are just starting points, and it's essential to trust your ears and make fine-tune adjustments to achieve the desired tonal balance.
Spoken like a true musician. And just like a true musician, I'm using this as an excuse to remind you to please subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video if you haven't yet already. It helps out a ton. If AI can deliver this kind of tone with just a few simple prompts, it really makes you wonder how far this technology can go. So why don't we take it one step further and ask ChatGPT about a specific song? I decided to switch up the genre too to keep it interesting, and I went ahead and asked AI, can you give me the tone to the main riff of Keith Urban's Good Thing? And what it spat out was, again, impressive. We've got a crunchy Fender Deluxe reverb hitting an EQ with a slight treble boost. Then we've got a compressor with a 4:1 ratio. We have the attack at 10 milliseconds, the release at 50 milliseconds. Then we have a spring reverb with a short decay and a low mix. The only thing that confused me again was the signal chain. Everything after the amp. I have my reservations, but we'll give it a shot. And just for fun, I told ChatGPT what kind of guitars I have, and it told me I should experiment between my Stratocaster and Telecaster. I should be in the bridge position, and I should have my tone knob rolled to about 70 to 80%. This is nuts. Not bad. Not bad at all. Does it give you the exact tone? Definitely not, but it is an excellent starting point, and it's definitely a country tone. I can't speak for you, but for me, this is really making me question what is the future of sound design for guitarists and musicians. This could be a game-changing time saver for any musician at any level. I honestly wish I had this when I was first learning guitar, because all I knew was you plug the guitar into the amp and that's kind of how it sounds. I didn't know about pedals, I didn't know about effects, and this could have given me a complete roadmap to sound like some of the guitarists I grew up loving. As impressive as these ChatGPT tones were, you still need to know a little bit about what you're doing to get a decent result. I had to ask AI a series of follow-up questions to get the specifics on which frequencies should I be boosting, what's the mix level of my effects, what's the signal chain, you know, the details. No matter the question, ChatGPT did have an answer, but it was always very adamant that its suggestions were just that, suggestions. It's a starting point, you gotta tweak it to get it to sound how you want it to. But what did you think? Were the ChatGPT tones amazing, kind of okay, or just complete garbage? Be sure to comment it down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a like on the video, and I'll catch you next time.